Before becoming famous for his razor-sharp comments working as a TV pundit, Charles Barkley was a perennial all-star and one of the best players in the league. Even though he never placed a title in his trophy cabinet, he was an all-star 11 times and won the MVP award in 1993. Barkley was also a member of the legendary Dream Team that won an Olympic gold medal in 1992 in Barcelona. He got another Olympic gold 4 years later in Atlanta and was named one of the top 50 players of all time the same year. Sir Charles was inducted into the Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame in 2006. Although he had a remarkable basketball career and today is one of the most famous TV personalities in sport, there's still a lot you might not know about him. So, without any further ado, here are 10 things you didn't know about Charles Barkley. Even though he was being perceived as overweight during most of his basketball career, Barkley was born underweight. He had so many problems early as a baby that a 6-week-old baby Charles was given a blood transfusion. Luckily for him and his family, he recovered well and grew into a rebounding machine. We've heard many similar stories throughout the years. NBA superstars who in their youth were seen as non-promising and used it as motivation later in their careers. That happened to Charles Barkley. He went to Leeds High School and as a junior, he stood at 5'10" and weighed 220, but he failed to make the varsity team. However, during the summer between his junior and senior year, he grew to 6'4", and when the news broke in his hometown, he immediately jumped into the starting five. During his senior year, Charles averaged 19 points, 18 boards, and led the team to a 26-3 record. It probably wouldn't be wise for someone to ask Barkley how his Spanish is. He flunked Spanish in high school, and because of that, he didn't graduate with his high school class. However, that was the day Barkley decided that he would be accountable for his mistakes. Chuck admitted a few years later that flunking Spanish made him take control of his destiny and make better decisions in the future. From that perspective, flunking Spanish in high school may not have been the worst thing in the world that could have happened to him. Philadelphia 76ers selected Barkley as the 5th pick in the 1984 NBA draft. However, many experts didn't see him going far in his career despite being picked that high. His awesome nickname, Round Mound Rebound, is pretty much all that others thought of him. Just an undersized power forward who knows how to grab a rebound. Barkley proved everyone wrong. Throughout his 16-year NBA career, he recorded over 20,000 points, 10,000 rebounds, and 4,000 assists. Barkley was never a featherweight. He was probably short in height for his position, but he made up for it in weight. Oh, and he was a mean dunker. Once, he dunked the ball so hard in the hoop that he moved the 2,200-pound basket support around 6 inches to the right. And in one 3-year span, from 1988 to 1990, he dunked 513 times, more than any player in the league at the time. According to Barkley, his agent told him in 1992 that everything had been agreed and that his new team would become the Los Angeles Lakers. It was an era dominated by the Chicago Bulls, and the season before that, Magic Johnson decided to retire from basketball due to HIV. In that case, Chuck would take on the leading role in which he would try to get the Lakers back into the ranks of the best teams in the league. That would be especially media attractive given his nature, and it's hard to imagine a better blend than Barkley and LA. But the trade fell through. The Philadelphia 76ers arranged a last-minute deal with the Phoenix Suns and traded Barkley to Arizona. During the 1986 Eastern Conference semifinals, Charles set the record for most free throw attempts in a 7-game series with 100. He also set the record for most turnovers in that same series with 37. During the 1993 NBA playoffs, Barkley broke the record for most free throws made in one half with 19. When Chuck retired, he was only the 4th player in league history to reach at least 20,000 points, 10,000 rebounds, and 4,000 assists, along with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Wilt Chamberlain, and Karl Malone. In his last NBA season with the Houston Rockets, Barkley suffered a severe injury. After one routine jump, Chuck's quadriceps didn't hold, and as he later admitted, he knew that his career was over after that. But stubborn as he is, Chuck decided that a serious injury will not end his career, and that's not going to be the way to go out. So, he underwent a difficult and painstaking rehabilitation to reappear on the basketball court at least once before the end of his career. And he succeeded in his plan on April 19, 2000, in an insignificant game against the Vancouver Grizzlies. While it was clear that he could no longer play high-level basketball, Barkley managed to grab one offensive rebound and lay in the ball for his last NBA moment. He then returned to the bench after a standing ovation and announced his retirement. I can't explain what tonight meant. I did it for me. I've won and lost a lot of games, but the last memory I had was being carried off the court. I couldn't get over the mental block of being carried off the court. It was important psychologically to walk off the court on my own. During an interview several years ago with ESPN, Barkley admitted to losing $10 million in gambling over the years. He also admitted that he lost around $2.5 million during 6 hours while playing blackjack. However, Barkley says that his gambling isn't a problem because he can afford it. He says that he does it for the excitement and not because of the money. Barkley was a passionate golfer from the moment he started playing in the NBA. He used most of his free time to get back on the course, and as people who knew him would say, he was pretty good at it. Then Barkley wanted to become even better, and he looked everywhere for advice. Once, he had to do a Nike-sponsored event in San Diego, where he crossed paths with a pro golfer who advised him to take a slight pause at the top of his golf swing. After that, it all went downhill for him. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe for more basketball content.